Hey folks, back with another video. Let's dive into what stories got my attention. One dead and seven injured, of which two are critically injured in Birmingham, England. Now, police are in a hunt for a single man in relation to a 2 hour stabbing spree that occurred, which resulted in the death and injuries. Now, the attacks happened in four locations in the city of Birmingham. As of yet, the motives of the attacker are unknown. The Foreign Secretary, Dominic Raab, said he had no information to indicate the incident is terrorist related. My prayers are for the victims and their family. Hopefully, the police will capture the perpetrator as soon as possible and the perpetrator will face justice. Moving on, tech workers are fleeing Belarus in droves. Now, after the election, the police shut down the internet for 3 days. Now, if cutting the internet without good reason in the modern world will just backfire on the government. They need to present a very good reason, and I think in this case there wasn't any good reason. Now, to make the situation worse, is that the authorities also raided the offices of prominent tech companies, adding to what the economist Robert Higgs calls regime uncertainty. Now, President Alexander Lukashenko is probably going to destroy the economy of Belarus before he is kicked out either by the army or be overwhelmed by protesters. I think that the window for Alexander Lukashenko to come up with and have a dialogue is probably gone. He's going to stick to his guns and rule by an iron fist that I completely abhor. Moving on, Prime Minister Shinzo Abe is planning to issue a statement making clear his position on the ballistic missile defense before the end of the week. Now, it seems Prime Minister Abe wants to make sure that the coming administration does not put the defense program in the background. I am completely for Japan to do all they can to be prepared, especially in the current environment. It is incumbent on the government of Japan to make sure that they defend their territories with, I believe, any force necessary. Hopefully, we don't rely on military, and I hope that we can solve the problem through diplomacy, legal, and or economic way. I would not make the people over reliant on the military, but rather to use as many different avenues to solve the problem. Moving on, Imam Abdurrahman al Sudais delivered the Friday sermon at Mecca, Saudi Arabia, which aimed at doing dialogues with non Muslims. Now, this was seen by critics as a sign that the Al Saud family is trying to use the holy site to promote their political agenda. While I don't think that Al Sudais did anything wrong, he delivered I believe, a regular speech, and he talked about peace and I am for peace. But I think the critics, you know, they seem to that there's a point. We need to look at the fact that in the Middle East, the critics are, because of what they say, point to a deeper problem. I mean, the Middle Eastern people, they have for a long time demonized Israel and by extension the Jews to such an extent that I think that turning to peace is going to be a long journey, because for however long the politicians in the Middle Eastern countries have ruled, they have always blamed their problems on Israel and the Jews as much as they can. And of course, some people believe it. And the anytime if they backtrack from that, it is going to be something really, really difficult for them to accept. It is seeped in to the mentality and just the whole identity of the people in Middle East as far as the hatred for Israel and Jews is concerned. Although not everyone, but a sizable portion, also both in government and in private. And next up, in Siberia, Russia, a natural phenomena which was first observed by scientists 6 years ago are now a recurrent phenomena with a higher frequency. Now, in this phenomena, there is a buildup of gas under the permafrost, which leads to the ground exploding with tremendous force, leaving behind craters up to 100 feet deep. While speculations are that the climate change is responsible, but the strange thing is that such phenomena have not occurred elsewhere, such as Canada or any other territories of any other country or America. Now, I'm sure that geologists will go to explore and find the real cause of it and solve this mystery. That's it for this video. If you like the video, then hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for future updates. Write in the comments your thoughts and criticisms and anything I might have missed. I will see you in the next video.